Welcome to Little English Studio, the channel where history, culture, and the wonders of our world come alive in clear and simple English. Today we travel back in time to the Roman Empire, to a place of luxury, engineering, brilliance, and social life, the Roman Baths of Bath, England. These ancient baths were not just a place to wash, but a hub of culture, relaxation, and community. Let's dive into their story. The story begins nearly 2,000 years ago when the Romans arrived in Britain. In the southwest of the island, they found something extraordinary, a natural hot spring bubbling from the earth. For the Romans, this was not just a natural wonder. It was a sacred gift from the gods. The Romans believed the spring was connected to Sulis, a local Celtic goddess. They merged her with their own goddess Minerva, protector of wisdom and healing. At this spot, they built a magnificent temple to honor Sulis Minerva, and beside it they created a grand bathing complex, the Roman Baths. Construction began around 70 AD under the rule of Emperor Vespasian. Over the next centuries, the site grew into a large and impressive structure, with pools, courtyards, and spaces for relaxation. It became one of the greatest achievements of Roman Britain. The Roman baths were a true masterpiece of ancient engineering. The system was carefully designed to use the hot water from the spring, which flows at a temperature of 46 degrees C, 115 degrees F. The baths had several main parts: the sacred spring, the heart of the site, where hot water naturally rises from underground; the great bath, a massive rectangular pool lined with lead and surrounded by columns. This was the centerpiece of the complex. The caldarium, the hot bath, heated by the hypocaust system, an early form of underfloor heating; the tepidarium, a warm bath where people could relax before moving to cooler rooms; the frigidarium, the cold bath, used to refresh the body after hot water bathing. The Romans also built a network of lead pipes, drains, and channels to control the flow of water. This was advanced technology for its time, showing how skilled Roman engineers were. For the Romans, bathing was not just about cleaning the body, it was a social ritual. People came to the baths every day, men and women, rich and poor. Inside the baths, they would follow a routine, starting in the changing room, then moving to the warm, hot, and cold baths. They might exercise, play games, or enjoy a massage. Slaves would rub oil on their skin, which was then scraped off with a tool called a strigil. The baths were also places for conversation, politics, and even business deals. Friends met, ideas were exchanged, and the latest news was shared. The Roman baths were in many ways the social media of the ancient world, a place where everyone connected. While the baths were a place of leisure, they were also deeply spiritual. The Romans respected the healing power of the hot spring. They threw offerings into the sacred water, coins, jewelry, and even written curses, asking the goddess Sulis Minerva for justice. Archaeologists have found hundreds of these curse tablets, written in Latin on thin sheets of lead. Some ask the goddess to punish thieves. One reads, "To the goddess Sulis, may he who stole my cloak shiver until he returns it." These discoveries remind us that the Roman baths were not just a spa, but a temple of healing and divine power. By the 5th century, when the Roman Empire collapsed in Britain, the baths fell into ruin. The once great complex was abandoned, buried under mud and forgotten for centuries. But the hot springs never stopped flowing. In the Middle Ages, people built new baths over the site. By the 18th century, Bath had become a fashionable resort city, attracting royalty, nobles, and writers like Jane Austen. It was not until the 19th century that archaeologists rediscovered the Roman baths. Excavations revealed the ancient pools, temple remains, and countless artifacts, allowing us to see the grandeur of Roman Britain once again. Continuous flow, the hot spring still produces over 1 million litres of water every day. Roman coins, more than 12,000 coins, have been found in the baths, showing centuries of offerings. Not for swimming today, although the baths are still full of water, visitors cannot swim in them due to safety concerns. Instead, modern spa facilities nearby use the same hot springs. World Heritage, the city of Bath, including the Roman Baths, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today, the Roman Baths are one of the most visited historic sites in Britain. Visitors walk on ancient Roman pavements, stand by the Great Bath, and see the sacred spring that has flowed for thousands of years. The site also includes a museum, where you can see statues, coins, curse tablets, and the temple pediment with a mysterious face, perhaps the image of the god of the spring. Although you cannot bathe in the original pools, you can visit the nearby Thermae Bath Spa, where the same healing waters are still enjoyed in a modern setting. The Roman baths remain a living link to the past, a place where history, culture, and nature meet in harmony. And that was the story of the Roman baths, where the power of nature, the brilliance of Roman engineering, and the traditions of daily life came together in one extraordinary place. From sacred rituals to social gatherings, the Roman baths tell us what it meant to live, relax, and believe in the ancient world. Thank you for watching this episode of Little English Studio. If you enjoyed learning about the Roman baths, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of world wonders, history, and culture, told in clear and simple English. See you in the next video.